Welcome to Narc Abuse No More, where we're here to help educate you about narcissistic abuse because your feelings do matter. Hi, and welcome to another broadcast of Narc Abuse No More with your host, Doctor and Evangelist K.O. Rich. Thanks for tuning in today. Today is Wednesday. It is Wednesday, August the 23rd of 2023. I pray that you've had a blessed, stress-free, narcissistic-free, abuse-free week so far, and that the remainder of this week will continue to be so as well. But if not, we're going to be talking about a few things today. Again, my name is Dr. K.O. Rich with Narc Abuse No More, where we're here to help you admit what you feel in order to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse, because your feelings do matter. Yes, they do. But before we go on with today's podcast, I'd like to invite you to visit us on our website at www.narcabusenomore.org. Again, that website address is www.narcabusenomore.org. And on our website, you'll find valuable information regarding narcissism, relationships, and if you have missed any of these podcasts, all you have to do is go directly to our website and listen to us from there. Just to let you know, we are on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Central, and that is on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Play, iTunes, Castbox, and Deezer. We're also on Amazon Audible, Rumble, Brighteon, and the Tube. That's right, we're on YouTube. So we have a variety of different platforms that you can listen to us from, but if all else fail, all you have to do is go directly to our website at www.narcabusenomore.org. All right, what are we talking about today? We are talking about power and control. Power and control, things that narcissists do to get power and control over their victims, over the targets of their abuse. We know that at the center, at the core of the narcissist, they want, in addition to attention, they want to have power and control over others. They cannot stand if they cannot dominate another individual. So they want that power and control. And we're going to just tell you and teach you how to recognize those signs and what not to do when you are dealing with a narcissist. I would like to give you a website where you can get this valuable information, and also where you can get the help that you need in the event that you are in an abusive relationship. www.thehotline.org. That's www.thehotline.org. You can also call 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-7233. TTY callers. Let me get that number for the TTY callers, because if you are needing that type of to be able to contact them with TTY, it's 1-800-787-3224. That's 1-800-787-3224. You can also chat live with them by texting the word START. That's START to 88788. Again, text the word START to 88788. All right. Today we're talking about power and control. And one of the things when you're dealing with narcissists and those that love to abuse, those toxic individuals, there's a pattern of behavior that is often that they use to gain and maintain that power and control. And again, at the center of the core is the narcissist who seeks to dominate. So we're going to go over some tactics that abusers use to keep you in that relationship with them. Also, while you're in that relationship with them, they will use these tactics over time, over a period of time, in order to keep you from leaving and to just use you as their physical as well as their emotional punching bag. And let me just say this: if you are in a relationship with an abuser, you do not have to stay in that relationship with an abuser. I don't care if a pastor or anyone tells you otherwise. Do not endanger yourself by staying in the relationship with an abuser, because we are not meant to be abused. If you need to separate from that person until they go get the help that they need, if they get the help that they need, but do not go back into a relationship with a person until if unless you have evidence that this person has actually changed. And let me just say this, because many women have gone back into relationship with men and wind up dead. I don't advise it, but I will say this: you need to get a third-party counselor, because one thing about it is that these type of narcissists, they will sometimes even fool the counselors that they go to, unless someone is really knowledgeable as to these type of personality disorders that these people have. So number one thing that they would use is intimidation. They will make you afraid by using certain looks. You know how parents will look at you and be like, okay, you better quit it or else. This is how, when you're dealing with narcissists or abusers, sometimes they will use intimidation through their looks, their actions. They will destroy things. They will abuse the pets or threaten to abuse the pets. They will display weapons. I knew this one person that put a weapon to his wife's head. If someone does that, that is your key to get out as safely as possible. Do not give them a chance to use that weapon. Again, many people are dead. They're 6 feet under because they went back into an abusive relationship or did not leave that abusive relationship when they were first threatened, or when the person first did the abuse. If someone abuses you in any way, look for the signs. Any subtle sign that this person is possessive, jealous, or whatever, that's a sign for you to run in the opposite direction. So if they give you looks, actions, gestures, smashing things, destroying property, abusing pets, displaying weapons, this is a sign that you need to leave as safely as possible and get out of that relationship, and do not return. Do not listen to the promises, because one thing, they often promise things that they will not uphold or adhere to, just to get you back. The next one is they use emotional abuse. When you're talking about someone who is an abuser, a narcissist, a toxic individual, they love putting you down. They will put you down for anything. Nothing you ever do will be right in their eyes. They will make you feel bad about yourself. They want you to feel, they will tell you you're dumb, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're this, you're that. They want to make you feel as if you're nothing, so that they will make you feel bad about yourself, which actually plays role in lowering your self-esteem. They will call you names. They will call you every name out of the book, and this is another way to manipulate, control, and have that power over you. They will make you think you crazy by gaslighting you about your reality. You can know that they're doing something, but they will make you feel as if you're crazy, or if you're the only one that's thinking that way. They love to play mind games, and this is one of the tools that the narcissist has in their arsenal. Is they love to play mind games with you. They will humiliate you and make you feel as if it's all you, or they were just joking, or you're taking things too serious, when in actuality they were saying it, whatever they said, to actually humiliate you. They love to make you feel guilty. A narcissist will make you feel guilty if you're pursuing a dream, a goal, you have a vision for something, or if you don't do things their way, or if you want to even just spend time to yourself. They will make you feel guilty. So this is a part of emotional abuse. Again, they use acts of intimidation, and they will use emotional abuse to try to make you feel bad about yourself. The next one is they use isolation. You will find that abusers want to control what you do. So you can't have, when you're trying to have your own mind, they don't want you to have your own mind. They don't want you to have your own friends. They don't want you to have your job. They don't want you to pursue your education, whatever dreams and goals. So they control who you see and who you talk to, or even what you read or where you go. Every aspect of your life when you're dealing with a narcissistic abuser is micromanaged. They micromanage everything about you. I would love to have you all, if you've never seen the movie with Julia Roberts from years ago, I think it might have been the 90s maybe, when this movie was put out, but it was Sleeping with the Enemy. Sleeping with the Enemy. And she was an abused wife in that movie, Sleeping with the Enemy. He controlled every aspect of what she did, even when it come to, what she put on, where she would go, how long she would be gone, how the house was supposed to, the cans were organized in the cabinet. Everything in her life was micromanaged. They will limit your outside involvement, so you can only go where they tell you can go. You can only be around who they tell you to be around. You can only say what they want you to say. They will also use jealousy to justify their actions. So they will make it seem as if they're caring about you or they love you just so much and all this, when it's actually jealousy and their way of manipulating, controlling, and trying to basically overpower you, diminish you, where you're no longer your independent self, but you are they want you to succumb to their control. All right, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back in just a moment.
Close to me.
What's Love Got to Do with It? And that is by the late Tina Turner. What's Love Got to Do with It? All right, so we're still talking about the power and control, the traits that narcissistic abusers love to the things they love to do to their targets, to their victims. The next thing is they love minimizing, denying, and blaming. Minimizing, denying, and blaming. They make light of the abuse. So you have someone that does not take serious what they've done to you. They make light of the abuse and not taking their concerns about it very seriously. And when anytime someone abuses you, regardless of what type of abuse it is never to be taken lightly. They will even go as far as to say that the abuse didn't happen. They would deny it altogether. And you're looking like, how can you deny this? This is one of their things. This is part of emotional abuse. They're gaslighting when they deny that the abuse ever occurred. Another thing is shifting responsibility for abusive behavior. So instead of them saying that they did it, or instead of them acknowledging that they did wrong, then they will go as far as to say that you're to blame, that you're the cause of it, or to even put themselves as the victim and say that you're the one that's abusing them, when in actuality it's the other way around. These people, these type of individuals are not believable. They're the type that will appear to even a counselor as if they're being victimized by you when it's the other way around. Another thing that these type of individuals do is they use the children. Okay, so they make you feel guilty about the children. If you have children with a narcissist, they will make you feel as if you are not spending enough time with them. They will make you feel as if you are a bad parent. They will try to poke at whatever things that they can to make you feel incompetent as a parent. They will use the children to relay messages when they can't get to you directly, and say, for instance, you have split from this individual. They will use the children to try to relay their abusive messages to you. They will use even visitation times to harass you. This is why it is important that if you have someone that's abusive, that you may want to get a third party involved, or where to drop off the children so that you do not have to come in contact with the abuser. They will even threaten to take the children away. So if you're with someone and you saying, well, they're abusive to me and I need to leave them, one of the things that an abuser will do is they will threaten to take you to court to get custody of the children. That's their way of maintaining power and control over you, by threatening to take the children away. Not that you're a bad parent, not that you have done anything wrong, but it's to take the children away from you, because at the end of the day they want to hurt you. It's not even about them really wanting the children. It's so they can do what they can to hurt you. Another thing, when you're dealing with a spouse, and you dealing with anyone that treats you like a servant, is not a person that you should plan on being with. They make all the decisions. Now, on this power wheel, when you're dealing with the national domestic violence, they call it male privilege. I'm going to say just privilege, period. Because you have some women that are narcissists. You have men that are narcissists. So when they make all the decisions, but they don't include you. When you're married to someone, it's never that one person makes all the decisions. It's that you both are to come together to make decisions. They act like they are the king or the queen over you, in the sense of, now I'm not speaking biblically, because biblically we believe as Christians that the man is the head of the house, and but that doesn't mean that you are subservient for as not having any rights when it comes to being a female. It's just the order in which God put things. However, when you have someone that is led by God, then they will not abuse their position. So they act as if, I'm going to say, instead of acting like the king of the castle, they're acting as if they're Hitler. It's a dictatorship rather than some acting as if you're an equal spouse, or that you have contributions to that relationship. They are the ones that define the roles. And when you get married, before you get married, this is something that you need to go to counseling to talk to with a premarital counselor. What are your roles going to be within that relationship? What are you expecting out of your spouse? What is your spouse expecting out of you, or your future spouse, should I say? What your future spouse is expecting out of you, and what you are expecting out of that spouse. This is very much important before you get married to someone, so that if someone has a certain mindset that you're not in agreement with, that this is the time to talk about it, and possibly if it's going to be an issue, a major issue, then you might need to reevaluate things. All right, we're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment. That is Respect by Aretha Franklin. And one of the things that narcissists do not like to do is they do not want to respect the individual that they are in this relationship with. And whether that's a spousal relationship, a dating relationship, a work relationship, or even in the church, you have those that do not respect others. Again, for the National Domestic Violence Hotline, if you are in a relationship that you are needing help trying to get out of, you can talk to them at the www.thehotline.org, www.thehotline.org. You can also call 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-7233. TTY callers 1-800-787-3224. You can also text the word START to 88788. Again, that's text the word START to 88788. Another thing that those that are dealing with narcissists, they love to use finances. So you're talking about using economic abuse, preventing her from getting or keeping a job, making her ask for money or him ask for money, giving you an allowance as if you are a child. This is not saying, well, we got this budget and this is the only thing we can do for the time being. This is someone who is trying to keep you under their thumb, keep you under control, not letting you know what the family income or the family expenses or what's coming even into the house. So when you have one person that's controlling everything, but you're not even privy to that, this is and let me clarify. If you're a married couple and you say, okay, well, I'm gonna let my husband deal with the finances because I don't want to deal with it. Well, that's fine if you all have come to a mutual agreement about that. I'm talking about those that are using this in an abusive manner, because that's a difference. If this is abuse, if you're using this in an abusive manner, then that is not what you should be doing when it comes to a healthy relationship. So if you're dating someone, and furthermore, your money should not be tied up with the other person anyway until you get married. Do not tie your finances. If you're just dating this person, do not tie any finances up with them until you say I do. Last but not least, using coercion or threats. Using coercion or threats. One of the things that those that are or abusers love to do, they love to make and or carry out threats to do something to hurt you or someone else. It doesn't matter if they're talking about hurting you or hurting your children or hurting your pets. When they make the threat, believe them. I am serious about this. If someone can make a threat that they will do something to you, then you need to believe that they will follow through with it. Do not take it for granted. Oh, well, they wouldn't do it. Oh, well, they don't mean it. If they threaten it, then they can actually follow through with it. Another thing they would do is they would threaten to leave you. That's fine. Let them leave. Let them. Now that's one threat you want them to follow through with. Allow them to leave. Give them put them in a position where they have to leave. If they've hit you or whatever case, file charges. Press charges on them. Do not allow them to come back. If they threaten suicide, now you want to maybe tell them, hey, they need to go to counseling to have someone to help them. But the thing is, if they're threatening suicide, do not take it for granted that they will follow through with it, but take you with them, because you have a lot of people that commit murder suicides. If they're threatening suicide, you need to talk to someone and make sure that you get out of their presence and get out as safely as possible, because you do not want their threats of suicide turning into a murder suicide where they not only take themselves out, but they take you out with them. Another thing is they will sometimes threaten to call welfare office on you. So if you're receiving benefits, or they may call children and family services to try to get the children taken away from you. That's another way of control. Narcissists will do anything they can to hurt you. So you very, very much have to be careful when you're dealing with the narcissist. They will also threaten you for as if you press charges and try to say, if you don't drop these charges, then I will. If they threaten you with you pursuing legal action, that's the more reason why you should pursue the legal action, and make sure to let whoever know that they have threatened that if you should pursue the legal action, what they have said that they're going to do to you. Another thing is when you're dealing with someone that is a narcissistic mindset, sometimes they will have you do illegal things. Never allow an abuser to make you do something illegal, because guess what? Whoever gets caught, they're the one that's going to get busted for it. And even if you say that they made me, you're still going to suffer the consequences of that decision. Talk to someone, tell them what the narcissist is trying to make you do, and make sure that you get help to get out of that situation. And I want to add one more thing to this is that when you are finally free from this person, if you've left them or whatever, do not go back. Do not go back. Many people have gone back and they ended up worse off than they were before. Do not put yourself back into an abusive relationship once you are free from that abuse. All right, we are up out of here. I pray that today's podcast has been a blessing to you and that you will know your feelings, they do matter. This is Dr. K.O. Rich with Narc Abuse No More, helping you to admit what you feel in order to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse. Until next time.